Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Basement Chronicles Live. My name is Evelyn, and I am your host. I'm a life and speaking coach. I help professionals to live, to speak, and to lead with confidence. Thank you, Elsa, for that reminder. Okay, let me just go live on Instagram as well. Wherever you're watching me from, welcome. My podcast is out today as well, so you can go check that out. I'll tell you more about it later, but I haven't been on for some time, so we need to kind of catch up. How are you doing? How's the morning going? I want to talk about calling today. It's a favorite topic of mine because it just so occupies what I do. As a speaker, as somebody who trains speakers and is a life coach as well. Like those things mean a lot to me because I'm good at them. And I feel like every single person can walk in the thing that you were called to do. I want to actually begin with a quote. So let me pull that up. It is from a book that's a favorite of mine. That book is called Master of One by Jordan Rayner. And he says this. Tell me if this resonates with you. Yes, I'm here, Elsa. When we do our work exceptionally well, focusing first and foremost on serving others rather than pushing a particular agenda, we win the respect of the world and earn the right for our message to be heard. Can I just say that again? For the people in the back, for the people still in bed, wherever you are in the world, okay? When we do our work exceptionally well, focusing first and foremost on serving others rather than pushing a particular agenda, we win the respect of the world and earn the right for our message to be heard. I want you to think about the people you know who are doing work exceptionally well. Why do you think they are? Many times that reason is because they have figured out that if I focus on one thing and I do that thing exceptionally well, I am going to get a lot more traction, a lot more attention, a lot more even income from focusing on one thing well and doing it at such a high level that you surpass everybody else who is just a dabbler. So what are you today? Are you a dabbler? Are you just doing things, because you have to, and doing a bunch of things because you are not sure what you want to do? Or do you exactly know, I was meant for this? And I feel like, oh my goodness, what I'm doing is my calling. It's my gifts plus my why. And I'm doing something that I absolutely love. And I can see myself doing it for the rest of my life. In my podcast today, let me just put that up quickly. I speak about recently having felt that feeling, and I was on stage, a stage speaking, and it just felt so easy. And one of the things that people say, the gurus in the field, CJ, who I always talk about, he is the coach to Eric Thomas, and he's very good at branding people, very good at letting people discover their superpower. And one of the questions he always asks, that I ask my students as well right now, is what is easy for you to do but difficult for others? That usually is one of the indications, either that you are in something that you're supposed to be doing or you're not. Okay. I'll never forget, I tell this in my book that's coming out later this year. I'm not going out back to the office. I tell the story of about a year, no, about 2 or 3 years ago, an email was sent to the staff. I was working at the university, and an email was sent from the head of my department, or I think it was my faculty, because somebody was retiring. Somebody in a similar position to mine in another department within the faculty was retiring. And he was just lauding this person. He said stuff like, this person, we never have to tell her what to do. She's always on point. She has a love for her work. She just knows what to do. She's intuitive, and we are going to miss her. She makes such a great contribution. Hey, Donna, how are you? She makes such a great contribution. I was very happy, sent the congratulations, because to get an email like that, it's really something. But here's what I thought about myself when I saw that email. I said, huh, I don't know in this job that they're ever going to say that about me. Yes, I do my work and I do it well. But to say that I am exceptional at this administrative job, oh, hell no. That was an indication for me that, okay, in the right field. What about you where you are? I love to turn the gaze and the mirror on you as you listen to me and to help you to think about yourself because, especially for the women, we never take the time to figure out ourselves. We're so busy figuring out everybody else. What about you? If you were to leave and retire today from your job, what would they say about you? Would you get the accolades like in the email that I just mentioned? Would they say that about you? Or would it be like, man, well, yeah, she was good, but I don't know that she was in her zone of genius. Maybe she was in her zone of excellence or even zone of competence. And that is one of the books. That's one of the books. I think is Gay Hendricks has a book called The Big Leap. That's one of another great book to read. And he talks about there being four zones for productivity: zone of incompetence, zone of competence, zone of excellence, and zone of genius. When you get to that latter one, the last one is when you really take off, when you are a master at something, when you've found your thing, and when that piece of the puzzle, it has literally fallen into place for you. Are you there yet? And if you're not, are you interested in getting there? So I have a secret. Also, I'm about to tell our secret, girl. I have a secret because I believe that there are people who are called, hey, Dr. Miriam Sikandi. Oh my goodness, yes, this early morning. How are you doing? It was nice to meet you, see you yesterday. So I'm in love with speaking. I'm in love with not just getting on stage and speaking, but also seeing other speakers who are meant to be speaking be developed and get on stage and set the stage on fire. And so I have two programs. One that I've introduced to the public, and it's about to go into it's a ninth iteration. Let me just put that up on the screen. Speak with Confidence number 9 is around the corner. So you can go sign up lisamdublin.com/SWC. This one is for people who want to learn how to speak with confidence and authenticity because I've realized, I've just come to realize I'm all about that life. I'm just all about it. I do it well. I help people to go from not confident to confident. I help you to go from like semi confident to super confident because that confidence muscle, it's not just about speaking. People who pass through Speak with Confidence, what happens is they just get more confidence overall and they begin to do new things to the point where I've had to add on other features to the program to accommodate that confidence muscle getting stronger. So you need to get in there for you to see what I'm talking about because it's amazing what happens when you are confident. You think that other people have more talent than you. Nope, nope, that's not it. It's just simply that they are more confident than you, and you can build that confidence muscle. And that is what we do in the Speak with Confidence program. But remember, I told you, like, I'm all about speaking. And before I get to my secret program that I'm going to tell you about right now, here's the thing. I've always just been the person who loves to see people speak and loves to see people when they're on stage and you know that they just make you bear witness to greatness. They catch fire on stage because it's not just that they can speak with confidence, but it's also that they have something to say. And so my second group that I've started and it's now in its pilot stage, I can hardly wait to introduce it I can hardly wait because there are other levels to speaking, as in the Speak with Confidence program is for the professionals who want to get ahead. Speaking is something you have to do. It is demanded of you. It's part of your role, whatever that role is. It'll get you forward and make you go higher in your organization or in your career. If you are a professional, it is one of the skills that you need to be able to communicate with authenticity and confidence. That goes without saying. There is another stage, however, another set of people who already have the gift of the gab. They have words for days. Do you know anybody like that? Is that you? Well, for you, sis, or my brother listening to me today, it's not a matter of whether you're confident or not. It's a matter of what do you want to tell the world? And do you know that with that thing that you want to tell the world in the way that you know how to say it, speaking can become either a career or a side hustle for you that can really pay you big bucks. And so when I realized that I was also attracting the people who could already speak, but also needed some help with the confidence to know that they could take it further, I kind of like cheated a little bit and I went and I grabbed, I enticed, I got a couple of great speakers into a cohort for the next program that I'm working on, and it's called Find Your Fire. Because if you have a thing to say and you know how to say it, then listen, the sky's the limit. But many of the speaking programs out there, they just deal with how to say it. And that is necessary because already you have a career, already you are in this field. Speaking is necessary. At some point, speaking can become a love. And, just going about doing this work, some people's breakthrough is waiting for, look at what Dr. Sikandi says, waiting for that voice and waiting for these words. Exactly. When people know, when you understand that speaking is serving, and it makes it easier to get on stage. It makes it easier for you to do all the things to make sure that you are authentic and confident because you serve nobody by being like, the wilting, what do you call it? The wilting flower? Hell no. Oh no. We don't do that. Okay? No, you have to be confident. You absolutely have to be confident. Hey, Violet. Oh, Kenwa Consulting is now following me. I have to follow Kenwa Consulting, Elsa, for sure. You serve no one by not walking in your gift, especially if it is speaking. You serve no one by not being confident, by not preparing, by coming on hesitant and tentative, like you know very well that you're good at this. So you're being inauthentic by saying, oh, I don't even know why. You know why you're here. Like, I don't understand why people do that, but sometimes they do, right? Sometimes they do. So I want to ask you this morning whether you're walking in your gift, whatever it is. So are you walking in that gift? Are you doing what you're supposed to? Do you understand that life could simply be easier if you just walked in your gift? And if you just use it to one purpose? That, okay, is it speaking? Is it writing? Is it coaching? Is it singing? What is it? What is it? Now, I'm not saying that you just drop everything and you just go after. I'm not talking about the passion. What are you good at? What is easy for you to do that is difficult for other people? That is usually a clue. And secondly, it's not as if you're good at sleeping and it's difficult for other people to fall asleep. Like you should no, I don't even know about that, right? But how can you now make that into a package, a service that people actually want? And what I've discovered just working with people over the years is that when you are good at something, you set a very high bar for other people to come up into their own gift. And even if they might not have it as naturally as you do, they do come up higher because you're able to point to things that they can do with practice, with tactics and strategies for them to get better at that thing. That's how it works. So it's never a case that you don't have something to offer the world. It's never a case that there's something that you're not good enough, right? That you're not good enough and you have nothing to offer. There is something that you can do that people need to hear about, that you can teach other people, that can help you to, one, make an impact, and two, make an income. So that is what we're doing in the Find Your Fire group. And, it's a 6-month program, and I'll teach those speakers how to go from 0 to 5K because it's possible. Like speaking is like a huge business, $1 billion industry. There are speakers who will not speak for $5,000 because, like, no, they've just passed that. So it means all of these amounts are staying on the table when, if you're just starting in the speaking business, you could be sweeping those up. If you took your gift seriously and you had a one thing to say that you wanted to tell the world. What I've found, like I've done a couple speaking programs over the years, and I found that there is a focus on teaching you the mechanics, the art and science of speaking. But why I think like the Find Your Fire program is different is because, pardon me, we are starting from what do you have to say? What do you want to tell the world? So, all during COVID, right? From 2020, I've been speaking for a very long time. Even before I moved to Canada, back in my home country of St. Lucia, I was already speaking, doing keynotes, being invited here and there, all of the things, right? And I had several messages. They're all similar. You know what I mean? They're all similar. They're all like good messages, inspiring messages. Go after your dream, have discipline. What else? You know, the things motivational speakers say, right? But when you dial in on your one thing, like Jordan Rayner speaks about in Master of One, when you dial in on your one thing is when you begin to make inroads in that niche, in that area. It took me all of these years to get what I call a visceral message. You know what I mean? Visceral is you feel it from your belly, and that's what you give. And I mean, there's a quote that I love from Nicky Gumbel, and he says, anything that is not from the depth in you will not reach the depth in other people. To get to that point, to find a message that will reach the depth in other people because it comes from deep within you, that takes time. And I think like all of these times I did the speaking programs, got all the mechanics, the business of speaking, all of these things. And it was only when it hit me at the point in my life where I had to go back to the office, and I was like, I'm not going back to the office. Then I found my visceral thing to say. I wrote a book about it. Even before I left the office, I wrote the book called I'm Not Going Back to the Office. And that's what I'm working on publishing later this year. And that is my visceral message, that if you've got a thing you were called to do that does not entail the office, and you want to do other, it's possible. Let's go. I am not going back to the office. And that do or die mentality, that do or die attitude, when I speak about it, it is the most visceral thing that I want to say. And if you have a thing like that, then you can put on the art and science of speaking on top of it to really create a career for yourself. So is there anybody like that out there? Just walking in your calling. Let me try to get my camera right for Instagram. It's kind of, let me see if I can just change that a little bit. Let's see if that's work. I'm a little off camera. We'll see how that works. So you guys, yeah, yesterday was it yesterday or day before? It was a bit, um, I think, life changing for me. So I did a keynote at Womanition on Tuesday, and then yesterday I did a performance poetry piece at Northwest College, and I just felt like I was walking in the thing that I was meant to do: speaking, performing, keynoting, that kind of thing. And like, the reason I scrapped the podcast that I had for yesterday and I recorded a new one. So if you want to, by the way, let me just put this up. My podcast is out. You can go, this is the episode. What if it could be easy? You can go find it on YouTube. You can just subscribe, or if you're on Apple, on Spotify or YouTube, look for Basement Chronicles, a podcast, and you can subscribe. So every week when I put out a new episode, you will be apprised of it. So I'll put it out. You can, the link and everything, but go find it wherever you get podcasts. You can get Basement Chronicles, and it's ready for those authentic people who have a bit of spunk, who are deeply spiritual or getting there, have an appreciation for God, and that kind of thing. But I just felt like I kept on asking myself, what if it could be that easy? It was a new thought for me. a new feeling, and I wanted to express it as I did in the podcast and coming on here this morning. What about you? I feel like we need to give ourselves permission to do easy. I think that, including me, I believe that we think that life is supposed to be hard. Do you believe that, or you think that life is supposed to be easy? Hey Anya, hey Saint Denise, hi everybody on Instagram. How are you all doing? Say hi, say good morning. Okay, all right. Don't come in the room and not say good morning. What is this? Okay, right. I think we need to give ourselves permission to do easy. Permission to let there be like a through line between what you were called to do and what you end up doing. I feel like I'm at that point right now. A through line. I'm not going around the bush anymore. I'm not adding, subtracting, whatever. I'm going to speak. I'm going to speak. Good morning, Anya. Good morning, Saint Denise. You're well? Nice to see you. Hi. I'm not a through line. What were you called to do? I believe that, and there's a bit of Bible coming here as well. There's a verse in the Bible about a man's gift will make room for him and bring him before kings. Another verse says, do you see, and I like to put woman in there, do you see a woman diligent in her work? She shall stand before kings. She shall not stand before mean men. For me, the office was the mean people, right? Oh my gosh. Oh, no. Enough said. No, because I learned a lot from the office too. I have better administrative skills because I was in an administrative job. I know how to do certain things because I was. So it has its place. Thank God for it. But the fact is that if you are walking in your calling, then the influence that you have and how easy it will be for you to progress in that calling, that niche, that thing you were called to do, it is going to be way more natural to work at it and to have desire and oh geez, because it's just easy for you. What is that thing for you? I believe that we settle for hard because we believe that's what we were called to do. I believe also we settle for things that we have no business touching or being part of because we're afraid to step out and we're afraid to do the thing we were called to do. There's another book called The War of Art by, is it Stephen Pressfield? I think it is. I'm reading that book right now because what he says is that the thing that you're called to do, expect the most resistance. And you guys, I know about that. To make the decision to sit down and write, to sit down and plan the speeches and do the thing that you were meant to do instead of everything else, there's resistance there. And you ask yourself why. I think at a certain level, it's because it is a little painful, that kind of work. That maybe the thing you're called to do might be lonely, it might not be what everybody else is called to do. So you don't have much company, that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, it is going to give you the fastest returns, the best returns, because you're going to be a natural at it and you're going to be looking at everybody trying to do it when you know all you need to do is to put your butt into it and just get it done. What were you called to do? Like in a lot of my programs, I do I have this extensive, oh, the War of Art is right, your favorite. Oh my goodness, you see? I'm not the only one. The War of Art is the book, her favorite book that Dr. Sikandi says. It's a very good book. And I'm like, while I'm reading the book, I'm experiencing the resistance and recognizing it finally for what it is. And I'm like, no, we're gonna change that. We're gonna do better. So when you know what you're called to do, you have to expect that kind of resistance. I hope this helps. Like I do this exercise with people a lot. I've done it here. I have a couple lives, I think, where I actually presented it, but I'll probably like take the whiteboard and we can perhaps do it sometime in the future. And it takes you through the entire exercise of what were you called to do? How do you get to that? It's not just what is easy for you? Do you know one way to know where you should not be or what iteration of the thing you should not do is to also know what you hate doing? Like when I ask this question, a lot of people say, I hate paperwork. I hate this, I hate that, I hate standing before a crowd, I like to be in the background, that kind of thing. So, also the things that you don't like would help you to craft and to make an art of and personalize your calling because it can take different forms. I just want to encourage somebody. That's what I came here to do this morning because yesterday, like just driving through, was it yesterday or day before? Both of the days, and saying to myself, what if this could be so easy? What if this, it's not just a matter of doing a riffraff thing and it being good. It's a matter of I can do a hard thing easily. I think that's the sentence. I can do a hard thing easily. And it can bless people, it can help people, it can inspire them. So why don't I do it? Why don't I teach other people to do it? Why go all around the mountain when there's a clear path to just go straight up? Why take the detours? Are you taking detours this morning? And if you are not sure if you are, just ask yourself, did you want to wake up into the work that you are doing this morning? Did you? Like, reach out to me after. Let me know what that answer is. You can email me, Lisa at lisamdublin.com. If wherever you're listening to me now, you can just DM me as well. Let's have a chat. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can about it because it's a dangerous question to ask. A dangerous question. Anyway, folks, as I told you, join me tomorrow. We're doing speaking tomorrow. Okay. I love not just speaking, but I love to teach on speaking. So tomorrow's live right here on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. And I'll probably be on Watch Radio tomorrow as well. Tomorrow we'll be talking about some aspect of speaking. I think we're now on audience, like audience participation and audience analysis. Okay, in that order, analysis and participation. But here's the thing. I want to invite you, if you are that professional who wants to get more confident as a speaker, I want to invite you to join the ninth cohort of Speak with Confidence. It's virtual, so you're not leaving your home, okay? You will be joining a program that actually works. Oh my gosh. If you go on my website, lisamdublin.com/SWC, you are going to see tons of testimonials, and I have to add some more. It will be hard until it's done. Yes, it actually will, Dr. Sikandi. It actually will. So you will be joining a program that will increase your confidence. There is a one-on-one coaching for the 6 weeks. You're going to meet with me. We're going to have one like a 45-minute coaching session every single week for the 6 weeks. Then you have the live training. We're going to meet every single week, and you're going to be taught according to the 6 pillars that I base my program on. Would be attitude to speaking, audience, content, delivery, style assessment, and media. I've based it on those pillars. I think I'm missing one in there. That's 5, but it's there. Everything's there. Okay. And did I say media? I did say media. I forgot which one I missed, but we are definitely increasing and improving the program. So let me just put it up again. Then one thing, it's not just a matter of practice. Do you know that? The way that you get better at public speaking is to public speak. I'm sorry. The proof has to be, nah, that's it. That's what beasts do. Okay. Don't come and tell me you're a speaker and there's no speaking. No. You're going to speak in the group and you're going to get timely feedback as well, so that from week to week, we track your progress and you get personalized feedback every single week. There's tons of practice. Some people who come in to Speak with Confidence leave without the fear of the camera. After Speak with Confidence, no, this is easy for you. You just jump on a live, okay? If that's your thing. There's no forcing anybody to do anything, but you're going to get what you paid for if you put your butt into it. Okay. Also, what I realized over the years was that after Speak with Confidence, like it is 6 weeks of pure espresso. People exercise more. People come into that cohort just ready to work, okay? And so it's a shot. It's really like an espresso shot. Like you want to do things because of the program and because everybody around you, the 10 people in your cohort, they too are on a high. Over the years, about maybe cohort 4 or 5, I realized while it was easy for some people to grab the confidence and run with it, other people just receded into their old ways of not getting up to speak, not offering to, be in the public eye, receding into the background when you came to embrace the stage and embrace public speaking. And so, because I'm all about this life, and the reason that I share my gift of speaking, writing, coaching with the world is because I want people to win, because why should you not win? When I realized that, hey, you took the program, you paid me money, and then, well, like, what are you even doing? You're not doing the thing I taught you. I then realized because speaking is a muscle, confidence is a muscle. No, no, it is. And the more you do it, is the better you become. So, because I'm about that life, about getting results for anybody who passes through any of my programs, I added on the speaking school. What is that? If you choose to continue, it is voluntary and it is complimentary. Once you are a graduate of the Speak with Confidence program, you then get enrolled in the speaking school. We meet monthly, once a month, we meet virtually for the continuation of your speaking journey. So you're going to continue to learn how to be confident. You're going to continue to learn stuff. We've done stuff on body language. We've done stuff on networking, how to do it properly. I've done like just even pronunciation practice, we've done as well. All of these things, and there are videos as well that you have access to continue your speaking journey. I say that Speak with Confidence is an investment that keeps on giving. The ROI is high because when you get more confident, now we have to cater for people's confidence. I'm telling you, when you get more confident overall, you want to do new things. It's a new mindset. So we have graduates who all of a sudden are looking at themselves like, hey, like, okay, I can do better than this. Let me apply for this job, right? Or um, let me apply for, let me move. People have moved countries. People have started whole movements. TED Talk this. It's amazing what happens when you recognize how much power and potential you have, and when you can prove it to yourself. Not people telling you. You're going to prove it to yourself because you'll be doing the work in the group. And that's what happens. Confidence is a muscle. Yes, it is. I really like you'll run with this. Great. It's a muscle. That's what it is. And for example, I always point to the if you see my first live, okay? If you see my first live, people, you know how when you're learning to drive a car, I don't know about you, but I grew up in the Caribbean. It's hot. So, and I was learning to drive with my father. My father was not the best teacher. You made a mistake. He'd be like, oh my gosh, just give me my vehicle. So, endless pressure and stress of learning to drive. Did anybody have a dad like that? But I learned and I drive like him. So I'm not afraid of the road, thank God. Okay. And so, you know how when you started to learn to drive, it was hard. And now it's like a no brainer for you? That's exactly how your speaking life is going to unfold if you keep at it. And so we have provided a program with the features and the extras that you need to continue your speaking journey. So every month in the speaking school, I teach, and then one of the graduates gets to present on anything that he or she wants, anything that he or she wants. So we've had people present on parenting. The last presentation a month ago was one of our graduates is now traveling the world. She's from the US. She's a veteran soldier, and now she's just retired, and she's traveling the world. And she presented on her travel, so we got to vicariously. Hey, hey, Annette, thank you, thank you so much. for saying that. And you're doing great work yourself. I can hardly wait. She and I are going to be doing a podcast together. It's all set, right, Annette? So I'm looking forward to that. And so she presented on her travel. So we got to vicariously just live through her experiences, and she got to present again and fall in love, I think, with speaking once again. And so the other thing that I've added to kind of sweeten the pot, because you know what, like, I figured I'm making my tent right here. I'm just building this speaking thing. Like, we're just doing this, okay? So we're just doing this. So join me on this journey. We've added on, we had Power in Black. It's not just for Black people. No, everybody was in black. That's the reason. And I think we're going to make it a thing every year. So it will be an annual networking event where the graduates of the Speak with Confidence program come to mingle, to meet each other, to network, to meet each other oftentimes for the first time. Okay. We had the first one happened in St. Lucia, because like 40% of the graduates of the program come from the island, which I'm so grateful for. These are my people, you know what I mean? And then we have lots of immigrants, lots of Canadians in the program. A lot of Canadians have already signed up this time. So I think the composition is going to look different. I'm so excited for that, because you know what? Confidence has no race. Confidence has no barriers, no borders. No, you have it or you don't. It might take different, it might look different on different people, but you can tell when somebody knows their stuff. You can tell when somebody's not afraid. You can tell when somebody has something to offer and they can do something. It's not loud. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be out there. It doesn't have to be a bully. But you can tell when somebody knows what they're doing, and you can have faith and confidence in them to help you, whatever the service is. So I hope you see my heart this morning about this program. And if you are interested, like, what I'm doing is have a conversation with me about it. Let's see if it's a good fit for you, because I'm telling you, like, you're not going to come and sit down in this program. Okay? You're going to work. Every program that I've paid for, I am like, because I invested in it, I'm going to milk it for what it's worth. And I encourage my students, show up, do the work, do the exercises, milk this for what it's worth. Come to every coaching session. A lot of people, like, I used to do a half-hour coaching session in the program, and then my students started to say to me, it's not enough. So I was like, okay, so we're going to be doing 45-minute sessions for the coaching, this time one-on-one, because, like, as much as, of course, bottom line is important for me, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm striking a balance between getting results, giving something of such deep value that it would be a no-brainer for you to pay the 997 US dollars. No-brainer. With everything that I offer, it has to be a no-brainer, because programs like this cost as much as 5,000 or more. They do. And we've got the results to prove it. That's what I'm happy for. So if you are interested, or you know somebody who needs to be in this cohort, we no longer have 10 spots. They are going, and so get in before it's too late. We begin on the 2nd of April, and we're still accepting people into the program. Let me put that up again. So you can go sign up, or just DM me one time. Like, it's not as if this program is for 1,000 people at a time. I'm right here. I'm available. So DM me, and we can talk about just setting up a little consultation. I'll tell you more about it, and sign you up. We do have payment plans as well, because as far as I'm concerned, like, I'd love as many people as possible to pass through this program and make it as relevant, and just make winners of people with communication. I think that is the goal. So thank you guys for joining me. Tomorrow we're going to look at audience, because I'm going to continue doing a bit of teaching, so that even if you're not in the program, you're still going to learn. Like, that's what it's about, right? So join me tomorrow, same time, 6 a.m. MST, and we're going to just delve into audience analysis and a couple other things that will help you to think of your audience in the right way before you even step on stage. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. This one was long, like 10 minutes over. So tomorrow we stay on time. Bye. Take care, everybody. See you.